What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Chevy Colorado LT. Huge thank you to Bakary Darbo over here at Koons, Tysons, Chevy, Buick, GMC for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular Colorado or any GM product with the exception of Cadillac, then I'll be sure to have Bakary's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It's another beautiful day here in VA. However, it is a bit windy, so I apologize in advance if there is any wind noise in today's video. But just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Chevy Colorado LT, and this particular one has been painted in the $395 Glacier Blue Metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying the Colorado LT sees no changes for the 2024 model year. So with that in mind, first things first, this one's been optioned with the $5,210 LT Convenience Package 3, which gives you LED headlights with IntelliBeam as well as LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. You get standard turn signals as standard. Now, taking a step to the left, this is what the front end of the optioned out LT looks like. So as standard with this trim level, you get the satin black front grille with the metallic gray grille bar and the Chevy bow tie located at the center of the grille. Just beneath your bow tie, you may notice that this one has a forward-facing camera, and that is because this one has been optioned with the $950 technology package, which gives you that forward-facing camera that works with your 360-degree view camera system. Now, in order to spec the technology package, you first have to option for the LT Convenience Package 2, so you cannot get the technology package as a standalone option. Now, coming down just a little bit, you get satin black lower and outer grills. The outer grills are these pieces just above your fog lights. This is what I'm referring to as your lower grill. And if you come down even more, you get two black frame mounted recovery hooks, and the LT gets 7.9 inches of ground clearance. Another thing I wanted to say is that the work truck, the LT, and the Z71 are the only Colorados with the narrow body. All the other ones have the ultra wide stance and the factory 2-inch lift. But coming on down the side, these are the standard wheels that you get with this trim level, and they are 17-inch Argent metallic wheels, and the wheels are wrapped in 255/65 Goodyear Wrangler Territory HT tires. I'm going to give you a view of the tread pattern on these tires here real quick, and I'm also going to let you know, if you are not a fan of the standard wheels, there is one other wheel option. However, in order to get that one other wheel option, you have to opt for LT Convenience Package 3, which is a $5,210 option. So definitely expensive if you want to get the other wheels. I think these ones look pretty good in and of themselves. But this being the LT, you get the gray mirror caps, and as standard, they are manual folding. But this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, these side view mirrors are heated, and you will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left-hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right-hand side of your passenger side mirror. And again, this one also being optioned with the technology package, you get a camera at the bottom of both of your side view mirrors, and those cameras work with your 360-degree view camera system. Now I'm going to take a step back and give you a side profile shot of the 2024 Colorado. With the LT, you get the satin black window trim as well as the body color door handles with keyless access. Just keep in mind though, the keyless access function is only on your front two door handles. The rear two door handles do not get the keyless access function. Also only found on your front two doors is the chrome Colorado lettering. I'd probably delete that if this was my truck. Anyways, working my way down the driver's side, if you push on this, that reveals your capless filler neck, and 87 octane will do you just fine with this thing. This one has been spec'd with the LT Convenience Package 3, which gives you the LT Convenience Package 2. That gives you the Turbo Max engine, and 87 octane will be okay with the Turbo Max. Now, coming up to here, you get your satin black antenna, you have your halogen cargo lights and your halogen third brake light there. Now, this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, that encompasses the LT Convenience Package 1 and 2. The LT Convenience Package 1 more specifically gives you the manual sliding rear window and the rear window defogger. I'm just saying that the LT Convenience Package gives you this because it encompasses the LT Convenience Package. But Now I'm going to take a step back, show you a rear 3/4 shot of this thing. You can see this one being optioned with 4-wheel drive. You get the 4x4 decals. I believe the only 2 trim levels of the Colorado that do not get 4-wheel drive as standard are the work truck and the LT. Now also, this one still has the leaf springs back here. However, it does have a really nice ride. So if you take one of these things out on the road, yes, you can kind of feel the leaf springs when you go over an awkward bump, but nonetheless, they perform very, very nicely. Leaf spring technology has come a long way. Now, again, this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, you get the LED taillights. You also get the easy lift and lower tailgate, as well as the Stowflex tailgate and the tailgate key cylinder lock. As standard, you get the Chevrolet lettering pushed into the tailgate, I guess you would say stamped into the tailgate. You also get chrome badging on the lower portion of the lift gate. So when I open this thing up with the vehicle unlocked, you'll see the easy lift and lower tailgate in action. Comes down nice and slow. The Stowflex tailgate is basically you push this out, and you get a little bit of storage space down in there. It is not watertight, so keep that in mind. You know, maybe you could put your jumper cables in there on a dry day. I would not put your jumper cables in there if it is going to rain. And then you also get a 48-inch marker here. If you go fishing, you could measure your fish when you get back to your truck. Spray and bed liner does not come standard. However, as standard, you do get 2 tie-down hooks in each corner for a total of 8. And again, this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, you get the 120-volt bed outlet, which is found on the passenger side. You can see it right there. And that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in the trunk area. I will go over the cargo capacity or the payload capacity here in a minute. Very easy to close tailgate. It is very light. And if you come down a little bit, this being the LT, as standard, you get the body color corner step rear bumper. The safety package that you get with the LT Convenience Package 3 gives you the 4 parking sensors here at the rear. This one has also been optioned with the $480 trailering package, which gives you the 4 and 7-pin connector. So you get your 4-pin connector up top here, 7-pin connector beneath that. You also get your 2-inch receiver hitch down here, and also included in the trailering package, you get the auto locking rear differential. A couple, statistics that you may know or want to know if you're a nerdy like me. You get a single speed transfer case as standard, so you do not get 4-wheel drive low, and you also get a 342 rear axle ratio as standard. Now, going over the payload and the towing capacity, the max payload capacity of this particular LT is 1,559 pounds, and the max tow capacity of this particular LT is 7,700 pounds. So ultra capable. I mean, this thing has nearly a tow capacity of like a Ford F-150, which is super impressive. And one thing that I do like about these mid-size trucks is that they're much easier to park. They're much easier to navigate if you live in the city or you commute in the city. These things are just much easier to drive, and they're, as time has gone on, become just as, or nearly as capable as a half-ton truck. So very capable. I'm very impressed by the towing and the payload capacity. And this is a loaded up Colorado LT. I've done a video with a base Colorado LT. You guys asked me to come back with a loaded up one, so here you go. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood, this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 2, you get the 2.7 liter Turbo Max engine that produces 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 6.5 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 18 miles per gallon in the city, 23 miles per gallon on the highway for 20 miles per gallon combined with 4-wheel drive. You get rear-wheel drive as standard with this thing, so if you did want 4-wheel drive, that is going to cost you an additional $3,300. I also wanted to say the Turbo Max engine literally sounds like a deleted diesel. The turbo is so loud, and if you're a car person, you're gonna have a lot of fun with that. And if you're not a car person and you have the windows closed, you're not even gonna notice it. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything thus far, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as mentioned earlier, you get keyless access as standard. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press this chrome button right here, and it will unlock. you can press that very same button again and it will lock back up. This is what the key fob looks like. It's satin black with that chrome accent color strip. And then going over the functions on the key fob, as standard, you have your lock function, your unlock function, and your panic function. But this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, or more specifically, the LT Convenience Package 2, because again, the LT Convenience Package 3 encompasses the LT Convenience Package 1, 2, and 3. You get remote start. So if you wanted to remote start this, all you have to do is press this button twice and she'll fire right up. And that is what the Turbo Max sounds like being fired up from the exterior's perspective. Now let's see what the interior of this particular LT has to offer. So again, this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, you get the black Evotex seating surfaces. We'll get into that stuff here in a second because we are going to start here on our driver's side door panel. So up top here, you get some satin black plastic. You have your unlock and your lock functions. You get a nicely padded armrest in that Evotex material with that accent colored stitching. Coming over to here, you have your power side view mirror controls. You get an automatic up and down driver window. All the other windows are automatic down only. This particular one's been spec'd with the $500 Bose sound system. So you get a speaker right there that works with the Bose sound system. You get a spot you could set a phone and a spot you could set a water bottle. Here is a view of what these front seats look like. And again, this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, that encompasses the LT Convenience Package 2. So with the LT Convenience Package 2, you get the 8-way power driver seat with power lumbar. That package also includes heated front seats, and as standard, you get a manually adjustable front passenger seat. But let's step on into the interior of this thing. Let's hear what it sounds like when you close the door. And now I'm gonna get full access here into the interior. So this is what it looks like. You can see the welcome screen. You get the Chevy bow tie and the Chevrolet lettering here on your digital dash. I'm gonna press this button and now I have full access here to everything here on the interior. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start over here and I'm gonna walk you throughout all the interior controls. So over here, you get a circular HVAC vent. This scroll knob is to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons. And again, this one being optioned with the $480 trailering package, you get the integrated trailer brake controller just beneath that. That is a closer view of that. Now coming over to here again, this one being spec'd with the LT Convenience Package 3, that includes the LT Convenience Package 1, and with the LT Convenience Package 1, you get the manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, where normally as standard, this would be a tilting steering wheel only. So if you come over to here and you flip this down, that gives you access to the steering wheel. So the telescoping function is bringing it forwards and pushing it away from you. The tilting function is down and up only. So again, you can bring it out with you, or bring it out to you with the LT Convenience Package 1. Now, first, let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like. Not only is this the turn signal control stock, this is also the windshield wiper control stock and the high beam control stock. Now, zooming back out, you get a leather wrapped steering wheel. And with the LT Convenience Package 3, you get a heated steering wheel. Press this button right here, that is going to turn the heated steering wheel on or off. And just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center, so let's take a listen to it. That is what the horn sounds like here on the Colorado, but I wanted to show you on the back side of the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have your tuning controls. On the back side of the right-hand side of the steering wheel, you have your volume controls. And then on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control settings. Again, this one being optioned with the $950 technology package, you get adaptive cruise control. So here are your adaptive cruise control settings. And if you come to the right-hand side of the steering wheel, this button is to speak to the vehicle. You can tell the vehicle to turn the AC system to 60 degrees or something like that. Then you have the audio button here. If you click on the audio button, it's going to pop up your audio sources here on the digital gauge cluster. You can navigate throughout the different audio sources. Let's say we wanted to go into XM. Basically, you can navigate throughout the different channels, channel favorites here in the XM app. So you can see all those different things you can navigate throughout. And then beneath that, if you push up on that, that is to pick up on a phone call. You push down, that is to hang up on a phone call. And then to navigate throughout that screen, if we wanted to go into the audio stuff again, you have these things here. So if you push, it's going to select, you go up, it's going to, you know how to work that. Anyways, that is the heated steering wheel button. It heated up very fast. Now the steering wheel is already hot. And then you can see this thing with like those two boxes and the arrow, that is to control what you see here on your 11-inch digital dash. So taking a look at the dash, you can see right now it says who's buckled, who's not buckled. You get your trip 1 and 2 information. You have your tach at the center with the digital speedometer readout at the center of the tach. And all the way to the right, you have your audio stuff. That's the ambient exterior temperature. That's the odometer, coolant temperature gauge. You have your transmission status stuff. You have your fuel gauge, and then to the left of the fuel gauge, you have your transfer case status stuff, the fuel range, and then that gas pump is basically telling you that you fill the vehicle up with gas on the driver's side. Now, again, if you wanted to navigate throughout the screen, you click this button right here, and you can see the different gauge layout. Now you have the speedometer over there with the analog looking speedometer, and the tachometer over here. Excuse me. I believe this is the oil temperature, or the trans fluid temperature, I believe is what that is. I think this is the oil temperature, and you can see everything else. Click that button one more time. It's going to pop up your navigation stuff. So you can see your Google Maps there on the screen. Pretty awesome. You click that one more time, then you have your driver assistance stuff there at the center. Keep clicking that button. I'm gonna go back out of this thing. You keep clicking that button, it's gonna bring you into a different gauge cluster. So you can see now it's just your calm screen, just the digital speedometer readout there at the center, and then it's going to bring us back to the screen that we started on. So that is that. And again, this one's been optioned with the Bose sound system. You get the fancy speaker up top there with the Bose lettering. You get a little bit of storage space here behind your infotainment system. And when you come down, this is standard with the LT, and it is an 11.3-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. You can see you have your physical volume control knob. On the left-hand side of the screen itself, you have all of your different shortcuts here into your controls and safety. One thing that, if you didn't know this, the Colorados do not have a physical headlight control knob or buttons or anything like that. So if you wanted to like instantly go into headlight controls, you'd click that light-looking thing right there, and it's going to bring you into headlights automatic, parking lights on, or headlights in the always-on position. If you wanted to go further into detail with the headlight or light controls in general, you'd click that right there. You can see more controls, and you can go into your light stuff. So you got to go through like 3 different screens in order to turn your fog lights on, which is very silly, as well as your cargo lights. You can mess with the auto high beams. It's just a little extra when you could just have a physical control there. So that's my complaint about this thing. Other than that, I do really like the Canyons and the Colorados, but I think that's just kind of silly. And then you have all of your different other controls there you can read. I'm not going to go throughout that. Then you got your phone stuff. One thing that is pretty cool, this one has been optioned with a wireless charging pad. The wireless charging pad comes a part of the LT Convenience Package 2. So if you set your phone here in the wireless charging pad and the phone starts to charge, you get the green arrow or lightning bolt here inside the phone, letting you know that your phone is charging. Then you got your navigation shortcut, audio shortcut. This is going to bring you into your basically other screen. It's going to give you your navigation stuff and your audio stuff. But anyways, this is what the home screen looks like. You got your temperature, you got the time. That's the hotspot of the vehicle. So this does have a built-in Wi-Fi hotspot. You can see all of the different things here. The trailering app comes a part of the trailering package, so you can go into that. You can do a light checklist, or you can go a light test, a checklist, etc., stuff like that. Then you can pop up your climate control stuff here on the screen as well. You can pop up your 360-degree view camera system on the screen as well by clicking that camera button. The 360 cam comes a part of the technology package, again, as mentioned. So that is what you can go between all the different camera views. Swiping over one more time, you get your Wi-Fi hotspot and all of these other things you can see here on screen. I did want to mention that with the My Chevrolet app, you can set service appointments. Now, beneath that, this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 1, you get the dual zone climate control system. So you have the temperature controls here, you get the readouts of the temperatures at the center. And then with the LT Convenience Package 2, you get heated front seats with 3 levels of adjustability. And then that is what the climate control stack looks like. It's in that piano black type of color. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. You get your push button, start button, that is standard. Beneath that, you get your 2 HVAC vents, and then you have all of these controls here. So this button is to roll all the interior windows down. You cannot roll the windows back up with this, it only rolls them down. Then that is the auto stop start system on or off. Get your hazard button, lane keep assist button, and then an auxiliary button right here. If you wanted to wire up a light bar up top here, you could wire that into the one auxiliary switch. So anytime you click the auxiliary switch, it would turn the light bar on or off. Now, beneath that, this one has been optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, mentioned 1,000 times by now. But anyways, with that package, you get the dual USB-C port, or dual USB ports. You get a USB-C port and a USB-A port. As mentioned, you get the wireless charging pad down there as part of the Convenience Package 2. And then, as mentioned on the exterior, you get a single speed transfer case. You only get 2 high, 4 high, and 4 automatic. If you click that button right there, that is going to put you into your tow haul mode. Then you got your shifter here. You go into low, you can mess with the transmission, upshift and downshift there. You get an electronic parking brake. You get 2 cup holders here, and you could set your phone right in between those 2 cup holders in that little slit that is literally made for a phone. Now, when you come back a little bit, you get a nicely padded armrest. You open up the armrest, you get a little divider that you can take out. But down here in this area, you get a 12-volt power outlet, which is located right there. I know you probably can't see it on camera all that well, but that is what we got going on down in there. Here's a view of the dash itself. Here's a view of the passenger side. You do not get a lockable glove box, but you get quite a bit of storage space in the glove box. Up top here, you get an auto-dimming rearview mirror. The auto-dimming rearview mirror does not come standard. In order to get the auto-dimming rearview mirror, you have to opt for the LT Convenience Package 2. Up top here, you get your OnStar stuff. This is going to let you know if the passenger airbag is on or off. Your reading lights are halogen. And then this right here is whether you want the lights to turn on or not when you open up the door. So when it's to the left, the light's not going to turn on. When it's flush like that, the lights will turn on when you open up the door. And if you click to the right, that is your instant dome light on button. Now, this one has also been optioned with the $1,000 power sunroof. So this is what the sunroof looks like. This left control here, if you press that, is going to slide the sunroof. If you press that one, that is going to tilt the sunroof. Both of these controls down here are to close the sunroof. That is that. Coming over to here, you get a vanity mirror with 2 vanity lights. The LT Convenience Package 1 gives you the illuminated vanity lights. And then if you open this thing up, you can see, boom, slides forwards and backwards for when the sun is in those awkward positions. The driver does not get an O-poop handle. However, the front passenger does get an O-poop handle over there on the A-pillar. And really, that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in these front seats. I will say these seats are nice and comfortable. I'm 5'9", about 150-ish pounds, and these seats are comfortable for somebody of my stature. Now I'm just gonna throw the entire window sticker on screen. Take a look at all the different options that this thing has. Take a look at the couple things that you get as standard, but I am basically just gonna highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 Colorado LT is spec'd is $46,765. Pretty decent value, all things considered, in my personal opinion. You can let me know your comments on that in the comments down below. But I do want to show you what we got going on here in the rear seats before moving into the driving portion of the video. So, taking a look at our door panel back here, very basic. You get the plastic here, the Evotex wrapped armrest that is padded, stitching, automatic down windows. The windows do go all the way down, as you can see here, but they are not automatic up. You also get a spot you could set a cup, you get a speaker, and this is what your second row seats look like. So this one being optioned with the LT Convenience Package 3, you get the rear center fold down armrest as well as the seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. Also included in that package is the 120 volt household power outlet located at the back of your center console. But if you wanted to get access underneath these seats, you got to pull up on this and pull up on the seat itself, and that is where you will find your jack. You get a little bit of storage space right here. You could set jumper cables, maybe a pillow, or not a pillow, but like a blanket maybe, you know, snacks, stuff like that. Small items here you can fit, and then pull up on that again, seats will drop, and we're going to take a look at what we got going on back here. So first things first, O-poop handle. You get a dome light back here, another O-poop handle on that side. Again, the LT Convenience Package 3 gives you the seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. You get a seat back pocket behind the passenger seat as standard. You get 2 cup holders, 2 HVAC vents, a USB-A port, a USB-C port. You get the 120 volt household power outlet located right about there as a part of the LT Convenience Package 3. This center fold down armrest with 2 cup holders is also included in the LT Convenience Package 3 as well. You get a little bit more storage space underneath this seat. And when it comes to comfort back here, I gotta say, I'm pretty decent comfortable, or pretty decently comfortable. Back here, again, I'm 5'9". I'm adjusted behind myself. I've got a little bit of knee and leg room back here. Here's another view of the knee and leg room. And when it comes to headroom, I've got plenty of headroom. However, if you're sitting behind somebody who's 6'3" and you're like 6 foot, you can make it work. You're just not going to be the most comfortable. But that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in the interior. So, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video. Take a listen. Hear that turbo? Thing is very, very quick. I've seen some complaints. I follow this guy. I like him for his personality. He's got a good YouTube channel. His name is RF Racing 717. He's got I think it's a 23 Colorado ZR2. And I watched a video of his the other day, and he was complaining that the truck really isn't all that fast. And you know, this is not a ZR2, so it doesn't have to push those big wheels and tires down the road. So in my opinion, I really don't think that this thing is slow by any means. I think it's got a great amount of power, in my opinion, for a mid-sized truck. I'm coming from daily driving a 2007 Honda Ridgeline. I think back then it made 247 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. You know, what's that, 18 years later or whatever that may be, it's not making as much power as it did. So when I get in stuff like this, I'm like, man, this thing's got more than enough get up that I need in a vehicle. Now, one complaint I do kind of have, you know, about the Turbo 4 is it doesn't really do all that well on fuel. So if they wanted to downsize to this kind of engine, why didn't they make it get better fuel economy? You know, I would have rather maybe had like a 2.7 liter EcoBoost 6-cylinder like you find in the F-150, you know, but they didn't put that, and it's a 4-cylinder. It is what it is. I can't complain. It's pretty quick. Here's a little acceleration. If you roll the window down, the amount of turbo noise is crazy. I love turbo noise personally. I like listening to that kind of stuff. And if you roll the window down from a stop sign and you're just, you know, accelerating normally around 2,000 RPM with the Turbo Max engine, it has an insane turbo whistle. It almost sounds like you're driving a deleted diesel truck, and I absolutely love that. Being a car person, truck person, it just adds to the driving experience. You know, I love it. All right, now I'm gonna take a left here, and I'm gonna do a nice little acceleration for you guys. So here is floored. Brakes are also very good. I can't complain about the acceleration. Now, I will say, I think it does better acceleration on the low end. The top end, not quite as good. But you know, most of your daily driving is going to be in the lower RPM range. So stoplight to stoplight, I don't think you're going to have any complaints when it comes to the power level. So I'm just going to do a normal acceleration here onto the highway. Also, we're going to go about 70 miles an hour. So take a listen to the road and the wind noise at that speed. See if I can get the turbo whistle. Hear it? It's loud. Take a listen to the road and the wind noise at this speed. It is very well insulated from the outside world. Also, I would say more about 1700 RPM is where the turbo begins to spool up. Right where I'm at. Like if I let off and I get back on, if you pay attention, you can hear it go. It's just a really cool sound if you know what you're listening for and you know what you're hearing. You know, I know there are going to be people out there, they're saying, I don't really care about what it sounds, I don't care about any of that, I just care that it goes down the road, blah, blah, blah. But I know there are going to be also people out there who are like, oh man, yeah, that's a really cool part of the experience. And for me, it is a really cool part of the experience. Whereas some people might just be like, whatever, it makes a noise, I don't really care. But if you do like that kind of stuff, you're really going to like this engine. And again, it's got more than enough get up. If you hear people complaining about the power, you know, they must just be lead footing it around everywhere and driving a Ram TRX before they get into this thing, because, you know, for daily use, this is a truck after all. It's got more than enough get up. You know, it might not be a 3.5 liter EcoBoost like found in the F-150, but, you know, it's still got plenty of get up, believe me, especially with the Turbo Max engine. And do a nice little merge over here. And you know, sound system is great. It's a Bose sound system. Bose sound systems are always great. You know, Bose is probably the king in audio. Maybe not the king. There could be people out there I already know who are typing a comment saying Bose sucks, blah blah blah. In my opinion, from my experience, the Bose sound system in this thing sounds great. Most of the time, Bose sound systems sound great in all the vehicles that I do videos with, especially GM vehicles. So the sound system sounds great. If you like listening to music in your vehicle, the Bose sound system might be an option you might want to spec. However, I have driven the Colorado with just the standard sound system, and it is actually better than you would expect it to be. However, the Bose just takes it to that next level. So overall, it's very comfortable. It's easier to park than a half-ton truck like that F1 or that Sierra over there. It drives great. It's going to get a little bit better fuel economy than a half-ton truck, but really not by that much. It's just going to be easier to park and just easier to drive in general. So, you know, and it's going to be cheaper than a half-ton as well, and you can get a nicer mid-size than you can a half-ton. So overall, it is a great truck if this is what you're looking for. If you're looking for a mid-size truck, I would say go out, test drive them all. You know, the new Tacoma, test drive this, test drive the Canyon, test drive the Honda Ridgeline, test drive all of them and see which one fits you best. You know, I can say that this is a great vehicle, but you may think differently. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. Those three things look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and I would greatly appreciate it. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.